All right, so now we're going to talk about on-page optimization in these next series of videos, which are going to have to do everything with the website. I just set up kind of a test account here to start from scratch to show you how we're going to begin doing things here. So what we want to do is we first want to go into the settings of the site, and we want to go to the permalink structure, and we want to change this to post name. And the reason why is because by default, it's either going to be set up like this with a bunch of weird digits, P equals 1, 2, 3, or it'll be set up with a date like 2017, 12/6. Those are not very SEO friendly. We want the post name to be the permalink, so it looks like this, so that it's just kind of very short and to the point. So whenever we create a page or a post, it just goes straight to it rather than putting a big string of numbers or dates in front of it. And this comes into play with the optimization as well, and we'll kind of talk about that. But for now, just know that you should set it for the post name structure, and we'll go ahead and save the changes on that. Next up is we're going to download a few essential WordPress plugins. Or a couple. I don't know if it'll be a few, but a couple. So one of them that we're going to go to add new. And one that I really like, we'll hit, not upload, we'll go to search, and we're going to type in Yoast. And there's two plugins. One is Yoast and one is All-in-One SEO Pack. Basically, it's just an SEO plugin that really helps you change the metadata, which I'll explain what that is as we get going, but also helps you optimize your content as well to make sure that your keyword is in there where it should be. So it just kind of lets you do the SEO thing without thinking much about it. So it's this one right here that I recommend, Yoast SEO, and it's free. So go ahead and install that. The other thing I recommend you do is reach out to your hosting provider and have them turn on auto SSL. Now, an SSL is a SSL certificate. It's basically when you look at the top, see how mine says not secure? If you have an SSL certificate installed on the site, that will automatically turn green. So let me see if I can find a site that is secure. So see when I go to Google, how it says secure with a green icon. So there are some changes in the algorithm that Google actually prefers sites to have this, and especially sites that have any sort of contact form or anything like that on them, they really want them to have that. So you'll want to talk to your host. If you're using the host I recommend, just reach out to customer support and say, can you please enable auto SSL on my site? And then from that point, what you'll want to do is you'll want to search for a plugin. Forgot what it's called. Let's just type in SSL and I'll see if I can find it. Oh, we have to go to add new. This plugin right here, the first one, really simple SSL. Just go ahead and install and activate that plugin, and what that will do is it'll automatically push all of your pages to your SSL, but you have to ask the host to turn on SSL first. So you don't really even have to do anything, just ask them to do it for you and then install and activate this plugin. If you're not running WordPress or you're working with a client who has an HTML site, then you'll have to ask the host if they can do this part for you. All right, so that's really the best advice I can give you on that. The other thing is if you're working with an existing site, it is really important that they have a mobile-friendly website or that their site is responsive. And what that means is if I go and visit the site, it means that no matter what size the browser is, it shrinks and looks good on all devices. That's what a responsive site would be. Now you can test to see if a site is responsive on Google. You can go in mobile-friendly test, Google that. And if you're working with a new client, grab their website if you're using their existing site and punch it in here and hit run test. And it'll actually go and it'll start analyzing the site and make sure. There's companies out there like this one, Duda Mobile, which will get you a mobile-friendly website set up so you can pass that cost on to the client, and they'll set it up for you. But again, it is important that the website is mobile-friendly, just like it's important to have that SSL certificate installed. All right, guys, so as far as that goes, that's the basics as of right now. Go ahead and do that, and then in the next video, we'll talk more about optimizing the website.